What the hell? What are the rest of people at? This is why people hate celebrities, because instead of just saying, hey, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm hot. I'm rich. I fuck this hot chick. I probably fuck hot dudes you don't know about, perhaps. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to go to Mohegan Sun. I don't want to. I thought I would. I don't. But he can't say that. He's got to, But this is why people hate celebrities, because he's got all this money, and he's at it's a breaking point, and people get angry about that. But I understand it. Shawn Mendes, me and you, buddy, let's stick together. What is this tour called? The Wonder World Tour?
His Wonder Tour.
This was one of the only kids from the Vine era that became a major, massive celebrity. The rest of the kids from the Vine era are living in tents right now on Skid Row, sucking people off for money so that they can just buy apps at the App Store. That's what these kids are up to. He's got $40 million. But I get it. It is stressful out there. I'm doing a renovation right now, and it is incredibly trying. I am at a breaking point. With Cedar. And all of these, I was on a plane coming back to Los Angeles. All of these shows, these shows about, flip this house and flip or flop with the Tarek El Moussa, whatever. They're all fake. And all of these shows give you this idea that you could just flip a house. You could go in there and, switch out a few things and get everything done on the cheap, turn it around and flip it. Right now, the cost of anything, if someone comes into your home now and you just say, hey, I have a gaping hole in my wall, can you fix it? After 3 minutes of talking to them, you go, we'll live with it. We're going to live with it. If there are wild animals coming at night into your home to kill your children, and all you need is a wall patch, after 3 to 5 minutes of speaking to somebody right now, you just go, fuck it. You know what? It's not that bad. We'll live with it. It's a nice breeze. Because the amount of money that it costs to get anything done, the materials, yes, sure, these are luxury problems, but they're still problems. And they're not always luxury problems. Some people are having babies and they need bigger houses because of Roe v. Wade, they have to have them. So they have to put on extensions, and it's fucking nuts out there. So Shawn Mendes, a toast to you. I raise my glass to you, everything you're going through, being hot, being 23, being amazing looking. I know, well, no, that's not, he doesn't see, he feels differently than he looks. He's sad. And I know that. I can intellectualize that. I imagine that it would be empty, because the thing with a kid like Shawn Mendes, you're hot, you're talented, you're dating this hot Camila Cabello. Who does he date? I don't even know.
It's Camila.
Who's he dating now? Behar? Joy Behar? He's dating one of the hot young starlets. Camila Cabello. So you date Cabello. So you did. Look at this guy. Look at him. Get that photo up. Get that photo up if you can. Get any photo up. He's on the brink. Don't you get it? Mm-hmm. Now, I understand it, because you realize how empty life is. When your life is like that, I'm telling you right now, this is not even a joke. You actually realize how vapid and empty life is, and all of the things that most people struggle for in life, getting laid, having money, looking good, They are challenges that define people's lives. Like people losing 20 pounds is a challenge that defines people's entire life on Earth. They spend their entire life trying to lose 30 pounds. To be a little less fat. That's the entire arc of their entire life. And Shawn Mendes is just gorgeous, and he's rich now. He's got $40 million. People spend their entire life struggling to put 50.
How's it going? It's kind of revolutionary. It should be fun to watch football in like a few weeks. So that's pretty cool, but yeah.
Rising Yats, Rising Yats. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da.
$1,000 in a retirement account so they can get a little like barn thing. He already at 23 years old has $40 million. He's already hot. He's already got the girl. He's already famous. There's not much left to do. There's nowhere to go. So that's why he's at a breaking point. Because we haven't invented interplanetary travel. He's already at 23 years old done it. There's nothing left on this planet for him to do. Really. So unless he goes to Mars, there's nothing more he can do. So people go, oh, well, I'm not making fun of him. It's simply interesting to note what happens to people who are so incredibly successful at a young age that there's nowhere for them to go. I understand what he means. I am 14 years old.
I am a 14-year-old.
What I've done with this show, bailing him out of the mess of his life, giving him and his family a reason to live, just because they say they know me.
Yep.
Giving my own family a purpose because they now walk around with their head held high. At 14 years old, I will be dead by 20 because what else can I do? How can I reach the next level? It's impossible. Won't happen. It won't happen. I've done it. I've done it so many times over at a young age that it's not possible for me to find fulfillment. Do you get it? Do you understand? Me, Shawn Mendes, people like us who've lapped you so many times in every conceivable metric of life. Me and Shawn Mendes. When guys like me and Shawn Mendes sit around, we look at you people as if you are like some type of flesh-eating bacteria that lives on a log or in some lake. We look at you like a necrotizing fasciitis, like you're alive, but for no good reason and to no good end. And people like me and Shawn Mendes struggle greatly with meaning in life because we have done it in a way that is so incredible, you know? And that's why we've become very close friends, me and Shawn Mendes. We spend a lot of our time together. I was the one who told him to cancel his tour because I said, you have to start thinking about you. And this is why people like him, within 4 or 5 years, there's two things. They'll get back on the horse. They'll become some type of musical legend. Maybe he'll be an actor, or he will join a cult. You know, there's very few places to go unless he really just like drops out quietly, goes to a suburb, is rich, and just opens up like you know, I don't know, like a little restaurant, invest in a franchise, because there's nowhere to go. He's at the top. He's at the pinnacle. There's nowhere to really go. What do you suggest? If Shawn Mendes is your friend and Shawn Mendes comes to you and goes, I'm at the breaking point, I simply can't do it anymore. What do you do? What do you tell him? What is your actual advice?
This is tough because so many mental health people have advised him already, but I would say...
What are they saying? What is the mental health community saying?
Right here, they're saying...
what are they saying?
He consulted healthcare professionals and his team before deciding he needed to take some time to heal and take care of myself and my mental health. So they told him that he's like Elvis. He's overworked. He's overexhausted.
I just imagine my agent. I imagine going to my agent and going, listen, I'm having a lot of mental issues. I'm at the breaking point. My agent, I've had COVID. My agent's like, just lie about it and go out there and perform. Okay? My agent right now is terrified because the Ukraine, which is the breadbasket of Europe, is, as a food producer, as a grain producer, is struggling. My agent consumes 15 loaves of bread a day and wholesale. He's terrified. Having me go out and perform is so important for him and his family that it doesn't matter what I had. Like, I've literally had COVID. He's like, just lie. And he goes, no one will check. Just go do it. Who cares? So I could only imagine if I came to him and said, you know, I'm at the breaking point. He's like, well, I understand that, but how about Reno, Nevada? You know what'll get you out of that? Do you know there was one member of Shawn Mendes' team who was like, listen, Shawn, we all think we know what we want. We think we want peace and quiet, but you know what we actually want?
Money.
The hordes of screaming, ticket-holding fans. That's what we really want.
Yep.
We could all say that we want the love of a friend or a family member, but you know what we really want? We want to hear the merch numbers at the end of the night. How many of those girls bought hoodies? That's what we really need. Like, you know, there's one scumbag on Mendes. See, I don't have a team. I have one agent who weighs as much as a team. But Shawn Mendes has an actual team of people who advise him. You know, but good for him. I mean, you know, God bless. Raycon is the company. Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever. Tim Day, in the union, Gavin Newsom has now released an ad that says that he is going to try, or planning potentially, to be a contender. And, you know, Biden's senile and a corpse. Kamala's incredibly unpopular. Hillary, too old, unpopular. There aren't many options for the Democrats, right? The Republicans have DeSantis, seemingly, maybe Trump, probably DeSantis. Gavin Newsom definitely seems to be, now the original version of this ad, by the way, and which is good, which is why they had drag queens twerking and then 8-year-olds just making it rain on them. Was the original version of the ad. And they had it in, it was set right on the Universal lot. We're proud of that, in California, Universal Studios. And it's just 8, 9-year-olds just making it rain on the drag queens, and the drag queens are just twerking with their G-strings up. And then Gavin Newsom stands in the middle and he goes, you're gonna pay for gas, bitch. And then all the drag queens go, yes, Daddy! And then they start whipping him with a leather thing. And then it says, Gavin Newsom, hi, hey, America, how about this? And it's just a question mark. Was the original ad. They ran that in focus groups. Now, people got really testy about that. Gavin Newsom didn't understand why. He said it was a drag queen birthday party. What's the big deal? It was a normal California drag birthday party. And with some leather daddy BDSM climate content, appropriate climate content, where, you know, because Gavin says, listen, the reality of the situation is, and it's like, he said, we're saving the planet. And I'm not even kidding, like, the original slogan that they were testing, again, and I'm not, folks, people get so mad at me when I report the news. I barely give opinions on these things. Gavin Newsom's campaign ad, the slogan that they were testing was, we are going to save the planet for child drag queens. And it was just children in drag. And Gavin Newsom goes, this is the future. Mm-hmm. Now, that slogan did horribly when it was tested. So now they have this where he's standing in a yard that's meant to look like, by the way, landscaping on this yard, now that I know, you look at it around 20 to 30K just on the landscaping around. But he's trying to like appeal to people and seem like he's Gavin Newsom, as the Great Ray Company has